Now on 4 News Now at 6, more detours are on the way for drivers in East Spokane when a section of Upriver Drive is going to be shut down and how to avoid it.
Well, it is going to be another scorching hot weekend in the inland Northwest. I'll let you know how hot it's going to get and tell you about some cooler weather on the way in the First Alert forecast.
Remembering a music legend, the heroic story of the man who saved Tony Bennett's life during World War II. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
It is going to be another scorcher, as we just heard from Chris in the inland Northwest. But hey, it's the weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Aaron Luna. Let's get straight to it and send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see how long this extreme heat's going to last, Chris.
Well, we are going to stay hot through the weekend. We'll be in the mid-90s Saturday and Sunday. Good thing I feel like half the population is going to be inside an air-conditioned movie theater this weekend. That's all that I've been hearing about. But it is going to be hot outside, Great Lake weather. But our fire concerns are continuing to escalate as we see this hot, dry weather continuing through the weekend, and then the winds will be picking up as we get into next week. Here's a look at 4 things to know about your forecast. It is still going to be hot this weekend. Breezy in the afternoons. Wind gusts could get up into the 20-mile-per-hour range, but we're going to see much gustier winds next week as some cooler air pushes its way in. One thing we do not see in the forecast is any sign of precipitation. Our temperatures right now are in the 90s and triple digits around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. 100 at 9 Mile presently, 90 in Coeur d'Alene. It's 94 right now in Spokane, as well as Spangled, 98 in downtown. Around the region, 101 in Lewiston. It's 101 right now in Omak and 91 in Sandpoint. Your evening forecast. Good thing about the inland Northwest, things do cool down fairly quickly. We'll be in the 70s by 11 o'clock with mostly clear skies. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and tell you about that cool down on the way in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. And we do want to remind everyone, because of this extreme heat, the city of Spokane is opening its cooling centers through Sunday. 6 Spokane Library branches provide a cool space, water fountains, free Wi-Fi. The Trent Resource and Assistance Center has food and water for people during heat waves as well. And STA buses will offer free rides to and from those cooling centers if you can't pay the fare.
Well, these 5 Patriot Front members will spend the next 3 days in jail. A jury convicted them for criminal conspiracy to riot. They were caught in the back of a U-Haul wearing masks and homemade shields while heading to a pride event in Coeur d'Alene. Our Natalie Grant shares what happened before the men learned their fate.
After 4 long days in court today, those 5 men were escorted out of the Kootenai County Courthouse here in handcuffs and over to the jail, where they'll stay until Sunday night, serving their 3-day sentence. In court on Friday, both sides had their final chance to address the judge, the state asking for the men to spend 10 days in jail with 5 days of community service and to pay a fine of $2,500, along with a 2-year probation where they would not be allowed within 2 miles of the courthouse, which would include Coeur d'Alene Public Parks. The 5 men that addressed the court, some for the first time. All 5 said they respected the jury's decision and planned to adhere to any sentence that was handed down. However, they said they still maintained their innocence in this case. In the end, the judge decided to withhold a judgment in this case, but still required the 3 days in jail, a $700 fine, and 1 year of probation. We did reach out to the North Idaho Pride Alliance for their reaction to the guilty verdict. Their executive director said in a statement they have held great trust in the justice system to hold those accountable who threaten their First Amendment right to free speech and peaceful assembly. You can read that full statement on our website, KXLY.com. And with this withheld judgment after their 1-year probation, the 5 men could decide to go back to court and get these charges dismissed. Now, these are just 5 of the 31 men that were arrested that day in Coeur d'Alene, and this case will likely be looked back on as the others make their way through the judicial system. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene tonight, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
A retired University of Idaho professor and former editor of the Spokesman Review is now facing child porn charges. Stephen Smith was the director of the newspaper from 2002 to 2008, or he was the editor, of the newspaper from those years. During his tenure there, Smith's team conducted a sting catching former Mayor Jim West in a gay internet sex scandal, despite West publicly voting against LGBTQ interests. According to court documents, Homeland Security agents in Kentucky contacted contacted Washington State Patrol regarding girls ages 10 to 15 who were sending sexually explicit photos and videos of themselves to Smith in exchange for money. His arraignment is scheduled for August 1st.
The Washington State Patrol has identified the young man killed yesterday at Highway 2 and Mount Spokane Park Drive as 19-year-old Kenneth Brandenburg. This is a picture of Kenneth that his grandfather shared with us. Brandenburg just graduated from Davenport High School last month. Investigators say he was riding his bike yesterday when he was hit and killed by a truck. His grandfather, Jim Trombley, says he was a loving soul and had a habit of making everyone smile without even really trying. The crash is still under investigation.
Well, starting Monday, more road closures are headed this way.
WashDOT's relocating a sewer that is in the way to make more progress on the North Spokane corridor. And in order to do that, you may hit some detours on your daily commute. So we want to prepare you. East Upriver Drive between North Ralph and East Carlisle will be closed. The Centennial Trail will also be closed in that section. Our Bronte Sorotsky shares what you need to know in order to have a smooth commute.
Both Upriver Drive and the Centennial Trail will be closed for 10 days starting Monday as WashDOT crews work to replace a sewer as part of the North Spokane Corridor project.
So the closure starts Monday morning, 7 a.m.
Upriver and the Centennial Trail between Ralph and Carlisle will be closed, so drivers, joggers, or cyclists will have to take some detours. Drivers headed westbound on Upriver will take Freya and then take a left onto Euclid. Drivers will then cross over to Market Street, then left onto Illinois, and that will turn back into Upriver Drive. Going east, drivers will take North Perry to Illinois, to Crestline to Euclid, then to Freya to get back onto Upriver.
So it'll probably add about 5 to 10 minutes for those driving who need to continue on Upriver Drive all the way through. So just keep that in mind for that commute starting Monday morning.
Anyone taking the Centennial Trail will start on Ralph, take a left on Carlisle, where you'll find a crosswalk, and follow Carlisle back to Upriver to get back on the trail. In addition to this work on the North Spokane corridor, WashDOT is working on the Children of the Sun Trail Bridge, which could be done in just a few months.
We're getting close to finishing that sometime in September, maybe early October at the latest.
These closures will last until Friday, August 4th. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Another construction project will soon create new headaches for drivers on Freya Street, which is on the South Hill. For more than a week, 12th through 17th Avenues along Freya will be shut down as crews try to repair multiple water main breaks that also created a sinkhole. The city says the goal is to have the road reopened sometime next week. Still ahead, the local connection to the late Tony Bennett that goes all the way back to World War II. Without it, Bennett might not have lived to become famous. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Save your greed!
America. It's the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of Ford trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need. Lock in great rates and get $1,000 trade assist cash on a 22 Escape or 23 Bronco Sport, only at your local Ford dealer.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a heat pump with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free heat pump from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Rugged, capable off-road travel, adept at towing heavy loads, the completely redesigned Nissan Pathfinder has all the features buyers are looking for in a full-size SUV. Check these features: seating up to 8 with easy access third row, cabin noise reduction, super smooth 9-speed transmission, towing up to 6,000 pounds with 284 horsepower, classy upscale design, and two-tone style. There's lots more with this Pathfinder. Find out at Coeur d'Alene Nissan, just off Highway 95.
Don't miss the $50,000 Sunday hot seats at Northern Quest. That's Sunday with an E on the end and a cherry on top. It's a play on words. July, Sunday, hot seats, you get the idea. And it's happening noon to 4 p.m. every Sunday with a Y in July. Don't overthink it. Just swipe your Camus card and be playing your favorite machine when your name is called. The $50,000 Sunday with an E hot seats every Sunday with a Y in July. Only at Northern Quest.
Welcome to the Prank Panel, the show that helps regular people destroy their relationships just for a cheap laugh. Prankster wannabes came to us to help pull off their pranks bigger, better, and stupider than they could imagine.
I like that it doesn't hurt anyone.
Yet.
I'd love to take on your prank.
Let's bring out the clown.
Oh my God. Who could have guessed that this would have been messy?
New The Prank Panel, Sunday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
America, come along with our adventure seekers, the Sanchez family, and discover summer with the Ford F-150. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $399 a month, only at your local Ford dealer.
Fly me to the moon.
The legendary singer Tony Bennett has died. Bennett is known for his prolific and crooner-style output of jazzy standards from the American Songbook. Audiences around the world have enjoyed his concerts and shows for more than 70 years. He was 96 years old.
Oh, he's such a legend. He was also known for helping to liberate a German concentration camp during World War II.
But if it was not for the heroic actions of one man, Bennett would not maybe have been around. One of the thousands of American soldiers who didn't return home. In an exclusive story, our Jordan Smith shares the story of the man who saved Bennett's life in the 1940s.
Fly me to the moon.
Before he was Tony Bennett, he was Anthony Dominic Benedetto, an infantryman in the Second World War.
A lot of people don't know that Tony Bennett is a combat infantryman, a grunt, weapon in hand on the ground.
This is Richard Black from Moses Lake. His father's regiment merged with Bennett's late in the war. They were clearing a village in northeast France when the Germans opened fire.
They entered the town. Right away, they got met with enemy fire. The snipers were in the upper windows of the buildings, and a Panzer tank was already coming around the corner of this one building with machine gun bursts.
Bennett and the surrounding soldiers armed only with hand grenades and a machine gun. Black with a bazooka.
He got shot in his leg, and then he got, while he was aiming that bazooka at the tank, and got shot in his shoulder.
What happened next would be a moment Bennett would never forget, detailed on page 59 of his memoir.
And as he was getting ready to fire it, he yelled, "You better get down, Tony, because I'm going to let this thing fly, and it's going to be either us or them."
It was a direct hit. The missile struck the turret, disabling the tank. Black and the soldiers around him making it out alive.
And I'll forever be in his debt for saving my life.
That moment cementing a lifelong friendship. Richard shared with me the original photo of the two from 1945, side by side. After the war, Bennett would find fame behind the microphone, but always leaving tickets behind for the Black family to attend. Richard found success in radio, interviewing stars from every band you could think of, from Aerosmith to Journey, and of course, Tony Bennett, who always made a point to say thank you.
Always got him in my prayers and everything, always, because he saved our lives and we were on the line, and he was never forgotten in my mind. Thank you, Tony.
Relationship is incredibly special for this family. Richard tells us that moment his father saved Bennett's life was written on page 59 of Bennett's memoir. Richard's parents are buried in Arlington National Cemetery in the 59th section. A very special bond and a sad goodbye today. Here's a live look inside of Vista Stadium where the Spokane Indians are preparing for their first 3 games here at home against the Vancouver Canadians. The Indians are expecting a huge crowd tonight. There will be fireworks after the game. It's also Star Wars night at the ballpark.
Our very own Julian Minnesone throwing out the first pitch tonight. He's joining us live from Vista Stadium with a very special guest, right? Or did you leave Grogu behind? What happened to the baby Yoda?
No. Kirsten, let me tell you, Grogu was getting a lot of love earlier in the 5, so we had to switch it up. Some of the other guys were getting jealous. I had to bring in another special guest, Chewbacca. Chewie is here with me. You guys, you know, I speak a little bit of Wookiee because I spent some time on Kashyyyk on holiday.
Oh,
so, Chewy.
On holiday.
How does it feel to be out here at Avista Stadium with all the fans? Yeah, I could tell. Chewy says it's really nice to be out here, but it's hotter than Kashyyyk at this time of year. Yeah, hotter than Kashyyyk. But there's going to be a lot of Spokane Indians baseball. How do you feel about that? Chewy is very excited. Now, I didn't see Han running around. Is he here today or? Yeah, no Han Solo to be found here, guys. But Chewy is here. R2 and a C-3PO as well, right? So what's your favorite part about being here in front of the fans at Avista Stadium, Chewy? Oh, yeah. Chewy says all the fans here are having a great time. It's part of Star Wars night, of course. Game is at 7:05. You can come out here, meet Chewy, meet R2 or C-3PO, some of the other Star Wars characters that you know and love. It'll all be here all night long, followed by fireworks after the game, guys. So signing off one final time here at Avista Stadium. Chewy, take us home. Back to you guys.
Does Chewy have a last name?
I just think that Julian got lucky because we didn't have to ask him about how he's warming up, and Chewy did all the talking there.
Yeah, that's good TV, though. I want to meet Chewy.
Oh, well, next year. We'll get you out there.
All right.
Chewy usually has that kind of attitude. He's a little bit sad.
Well, after years of waiting, we're just a few months away from professional soccer kicking off in Spokane.
Tonight, we took a big step forward toward making that vision a reality. And our Alex Crescenti joins us at Brick West now, where the United Soccer League just unveiled the new name for the men's team moments ago. Alex?
Yeah, that's right. The newest franchise in the United Soccer League unveiled this evening. It will be the Spokane Velocity. They will be playing over at the downtown stadium later next year. And I'm joined by one of the co-owners of the Velocity, Ryan Harno. And Ryan, what's this night mean for you?
It's awesome. I mean, it turns the page for us. We've been keeping this under lock and key for many, many months. It's great to give Spokane a first look at the men's team. We're really excited to roll out the women's team in about 90 days, the name and crest for the women's team. But this allows us to give people something they've been waiting for to get excited about. So we're just thrilled.
And I assume a lot of people are going to be seeing this logo here popping up everywhere pretty soon.
I hope so.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about what sort of the symbolism and why the Velocity?
Yeah, before I got involved with the club as an investment, and we were really excited to come in and do this, but there had been listening sessions and meetings with the public about what people might want to see in the name and the crest of the team. And Treatment, the local branding agency that put this together with us, just did a great job of gathering information and then giving us a lot of different options to look at. So we loved the idea of tying the river into the crest. The way that they did it is unique, and we haven't seen anything like this. And the name Velocity was really a nod towards power and force. And we thought it represented the community very well. Spokane gets behind sports, and we want to, give this city a team to be proud of, and a team that could end up being the best team in League One, and hopefully maybe someday be in the championship league. So
I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of goals next summer, but I'm pretty sure the United States just scored a goal against Vietnam.
I heard that roar, so I think it's 1-0.
Yeah. Well, we'll let you get back to it.
Yeah,
but,
thank you.
Well, guys, we'll look forward to a lot of goals here starting next spring when the Velocity kick off. The women's name and crest will be unveiled later in October. For now, reporting live at Brick West, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Thank you, Alex. Well, we talk about a lot of velocity in the weather department and the winds coming up next week. Right now, though, it is heat. Our high temperatures today in the mid-90s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, triple digits in Omak and Lewiston. We might be a tiny bit cooler tomorrow, some hazy sunshine and a high of 94. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
Why join UFCW 3000? I'm the lead person when we negotiate with employers for better wages, benefits, and working conditions.
I'm an essential worker.
During the pandemic, we couldn't work remotely.
We are workers in grocery stores,
healthcare, retail,
and packing plants.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
Our website can both answer your questions and connect you with our team who can help you explore your union opportunities.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water wise this summer.
As state senator, Lisa Brown increased taxes by $2 billion while raising her own pay. Under her watch, homelessness rose by 25,000. Now she's backed by the Defund the Police crowd. Lisa's soft on crime, hard on taxpayers.
I pledge to increase police presence and tackle homelessness, and we have. Our Violent Crimes Task Force has lowered crime rates, and we're compassionately addressing homelessness. We're exceptional, Spokane. I'll keep it that way. I'm Nadine Woodward, and I approve this message.
Weeknights on MeTV, watch Andy Griffith at 8, The Beverly Hillbillies at 9, and Green Acres at 9:30.
You can find MeTV over the air on MeTV 4.2.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or get $4,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Next ET, we're with the Barbie cast as the movie hits theaters, revealing their favorite moments on set.
I miss the big Barbie hair.
I miss the headbands.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivers.
It's to get you the information you need to plan your day.
We begin with breaking news, and the breaking news you need to keep your family safe.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
It is a beautiful evening in the inland Northwest, 96 in Coeur d'Alene, 94 degrees in Spokane. A lot of traffic for this time of night on I-90. Everybody heading to the lake, no doubt. You may notice a haze on the horizon. We're bringing up a little bit of wildfire smoke from fires burning in Oregon. Most of that, however, is elevated. You may just notice in the morning, the sunrise a little hazy. And again, tonight, that sunset will have that red hue. Our air quality is in the moderate range, but the main pollutant is ground level ozone. So we're not seeing impacts from that smoke on our air quality. Tonight, mostly clear skies, 62 for an overnight low. A high tomorrow of 94, hot and sunny again tomorrow afternoon. Our winds will pick up a bit. Wind gusts to 20 miles per hour. The stronger gusts will be in the Columbia Basin. And then we have even stronger winds coming early next week. And here's why. Ridge of high pressure has been keeping things hot. That is already starting to shift to the east, and that's going to take the hottest weather along with it. We are going to be in between low pressure coming out of the Gulf of Alaska and this high pressure to our east. That puts us in a tighter pressure gradient and brings breezy conditions Sunday, but especially Monday and Tuesday. We're also going to benefit from this nice blue, cooler air. It's going to filter through the Cascades down through the Okanagan. We're not going to get the direct full effects of it, but a gradual cooling trend and then a more profound cooling trend as we get into next week. Here are our temperatures over the next week. The white line is average. We're in the hottest time of the year now. We'll see that dropping down into the lower 80s, but then we'll be back up around average by this time next week, and indications are there's more warmer than average weather in our 8 to 14 day forecast and perhaps beyond. Overnight lows tonight in the 50s and 60s in most locations. Highs tomorrow mostly in the 90s, Lewiston the exception at 103. Here's a look at your planning forecast. 94 Saturday, 93 Sunday with sunshine. Then those winds pick up on Monday and Tuesday. We're not going to see any precipitation coming along with this change in the weather. Temperatures will be dropping. Terrible conditions in terms of fire danger. We are very, very dry, and after a hot weekend, we'll be even more dry with those gusty winds. Any fire starts could be spread very quickly, so something to keep in mind for early next week, and then dry through the rest of the 7-day forecast. We do have some cooler nights ahead. We'll be back down in the 50s starting Monday night. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Set summer in motion with the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle car and driver called more fun to drive than the competition. And the HR-V, with sleek exterior styling and smooth, responsive handling. This summer, chase fun in the sun with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. $100,000 pyramid is back, and this season is going to be big.
You put this in your ear to clean it out? Pass. I would have guessed harpoon.
I just wet my plant.
I'm just glad they chose that, Michael.
Big money, big celebrities, and a big new season.
I got that.
You know what you got?
You got it wrong.
Of the $100,000 pyramid.
This could be you. Just chilling, staying cool this summer. Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at Missisquoi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games to earn your entries to win a share of $13,000 cool cash, paddle boards, kayaks, and air conditioners. Missisquoi Casino Hotel, keeping it cool. Drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, July 29th. Learn more at Missisquoi.com.
It's the biggest anniversary sale in the history of Walkers as they celebrate the opening of their first store in 1980 with the largest store-wide discounts ever offered, where you can get wall-to-wall savings for every room in your home, anywhere from 19 to 80% off, or take advantage of special 5 years no-interest financing.
This is the one sale our customers wait all year for.
And your chance to save like never before, including accessories and decor.
This week at Walkers.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Festival at Sandpoint.
New at 6 o'clock, as temperatures rise, the demand for electricity rises too.
Meteorologist Matt Gray is looking at how climate change is affecting your energy bills.
Well, folks, in the not-so-distant past, summer was the time to save money on those energy bills around here. The only air conditioning you needed most of the time was to open a window. Now, for many, those days are long gone. Why? Summer is the fastest warming season here in the inland Northwest. It's been over 3 degrees warmer on average since the year 1970. And much of that warming is actually happening at night, where low temperatures are an average of 4.5 degrees warmer than they were 50 years ago, and that means your AC is working through the night. In other words, there is a lot more days and a lot more time during those days that we need to cool off our homes as the climate continues to warm. Now, we could use a number called degree days to put a number on how the weather is affecting summer cooling and winter heating. All we're doing is measuring how often daily temperatures are above or below 65 degrees, which is usually when you don't need heat or AC. It's that perfect little number there. We use that number then to gauge demand for heating or cooling, like you see in those highlighted ones on the bottom of your screen. And here are the results. Cooling demand up 43% in Spokane over the last 50 years, but winter is warming up too. And heating demand is down 9%. in the last 50 years. Now, it doesn't seem like that big of a number. We got a lot of demand for heat here, so what it ends up doing is it's canceling out the increase in cooling demand about 3 times over. There is one study in 2015 that suggests by the 2080s, with continued warming, the combined demand for heating and cooling here in the inland Northwest is actually going to go down by 30%, largely because of that winter warming. So the question is, are your energy bills going up because of climate change? Overall, no. But in the summer months, well, absolutely they are going to, and they're going to keep on going up. There's also a safety component here that we can't ignore, right? So heat, #1 weather-related killer in the United States. And with hotter and hotter temperatures and hotter summers to come, that air conditioning seems like it's well worth the price.
Matt, thank you. We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including a brand new Air 4 Adventure Plus.
Active shooter is everything everybody fears, so it's one of those things where we hope it never happens.
How emergency crews in Reardon are making sure they're prepared in case a shooting ever takes place in one of their schools.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Save through Tuesday with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Out now and posted on Bi-Mart.com. With summer in full swing, find great savings on everything you need for your yard, pool, camping gear, and more. Plus, save big in our pet department. Bi-Mart has your pet essentials covered for less. And don't forget to stock up the pantry with everyone's favorite snacks. Save through Tuesday with 16 pages of store-wide savings at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
Which ballpark, which team has the best snacks? We're talking the most delicious eats, even gourmet level. That's what we want to know. And all next week, GMA's hitting big league ballparks to find out. It's GMA's 7th inning snacks. So, will we be at your team's ballpark?
It's a summer roundup. This week at Cal, over 300 rigs have been strategically priced low like a stampede of savings.
We're not horsing around with these special buys.
Trade up to a better set of wheels while you lower your monthly payment. Plus, special financing was brought in so you can get a fun new ride for summer.
And $44 down is all you need.
During the summer roundup this week at Cal.
Summer fun means more time outside. It also means more of the outdoors on your floors. Sand, snow, spills, pets, and kids. Great Floors has the perfect flooring for your life. Choose from a large selection of gorgeous flooring built to last in every season. In July, shop exclusive savings on Mohawk Revwood and Paradigm waterproof flooring. Plus, 12 months 0% financing. Visit a showroom today and live life on Great Floors.
Wildfires can strike at any time. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage keeps you safe on TV and on the go to protect your family.
Tracking the largest local wildfire.
Stay safe all fire season long on 4 News Now.
I'm looking for a nice spot to spend the summer.
Spend it with the summer of me.
In the summer.
The summer of bonus episodes of MASH.
One that we'll remember.
The summer of all new episodes of Collector's Call. The summer of drama.
You here for the summer?
Sci-fi.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
Westerns. And the summer of comedy.
You can catch the summer reruns.
Watch The Summer of Me over the air on MeTV 4.2. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We have some breaking news. Fire crews are currently battling a fire in Kendall Yards.
It started burning within the last hour. Our Bronte Saratsky is there on the scene. And Bronte, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so it has been a busy afternoon. This is just one of 2 incidents that Spokane Fire did respond to this afternoon. You can see fire crews are still here, but as of right now, the fire is still 100% contained. It was a brush fire and grew substantially. Fire Chief Schaefer said that everything behind Summit would have been threatened by this fire, but it is right now contained. Firefighters were able to dig a line and contain it with the wet line. The heat has been removed, but he says that they are still here because in order to completely get rid of any threat, it has to be extinguished deep down. There was also a second house fire that started from a detached garage, but Spokane Fire was able to keep it to the garage and prevent it from spreading. Mutual Aid also was here from Spokane Valley, and that's all the information we have right now. For now, I'll throw it back to you guys.
Police department, let's see your hands. Shots fired. We got casualties up.
Over 300 mass shootings have happened this year in the United States. Some of those were school shootings. Reardon Edwall School District wants to be ready if an incident like this were to ever happen on one of their campuses.
Today, the district hosted an active shooter exercise that involved the city's first responders. 4 News Now's Marissa Rio went to Reardon Middle School to see how realistic this exercise was.
Today's exercise was really important to the Reardon community. You could see by the turnout. We have emergency medical services here, the fire department, and the police. They're all here to make sure they're prepared if an active shooting event ever occurred.
Today mimicked a real-life active shooter event. Shooters entered the campus and were able to get indoors. Police arrived immediately.
Active shooters is everything everybody fears, so it's one of those things where we hope it never happens, but the studies have shown that if it's going to happen somewhere, it's going to happen in a rural community. And so we want to be prepared as possible for that event.
After police contained one suspect, the chief ran off to another part of campus. Another shooter entered the building. Children in the community were also there to volunteer as victims.
It's really important to be able to practice our interoperability for a critical incident like that. This, we hope, never happens, but when that day comes, we want to be as prepared as possible.
Emergency personnel responded to the threat as well. They took care of the volunteer victims as soon as police cleared the way. All of the victims were brought to safety.
I think it's a really good thing of doing this and getting a feel of how we're going to respond and react with each other and keep our emotions behind us as we're doing our job.
After the police, EMS, and fire department all worked together to eliminate the threat and provide medical care to victims, all shooters were arrested.
Reardon Middle School is a locked campus. Today, that proved to be really important. As you see, there's no way of me getting in without a key. It also showed the importance of teachers and staff locking these doors behind them every time. Reporting in Reardon, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. Here is a live look over downtown Spokane. We've got some smoke from area wildfires giving us some haze on the horizon. Air quality right now still in the well, it's in the moderate range, but that is mainly from ground level ozone. But we'll be watching our air quality tonight as that wildfire smoke works its way in. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is still going to be hot this weekend with breezy conditions in the afternoons. The winds really start to pick up, though, Monday and Tuesday, as does our risk of rapidly spreading wildfires. No sign of rain in the forecast. Our high temperatures today were in the mid-90s in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Bonners Ferry, 95, as well as Colville. Couple triple digits on the map. We may see fewer of those tomorrow. Temperatures right now, it is a warm evening in progress. 94 in Spokane. It's 96 in Coeur d'Alene, right around the Spokane area. It is 96 in Deer Park and Hayden, as well as Spokane Valley, 97 in Liberty Lake. In your planner for tomorrow, some hazy sunshine to start the day. High temperature of 94. Our average high now is 87. That's as high as that number gets. It'll stay at that number through the beginning of August and then start to drop. I'll be back in just a few minutes with your 7-day forecast. Plus, let's check in with the poor folks in Phoenix. More records to talk about there today. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. Because of the hot and dry conditions, Airway Heights is imposing water use restrictions today. City officials say the well normally used to add water to the supply during the summer heat waves. Well, the well isn't online yet because of ongoing maintenance. So now people in Airway Heights are being asked to conserve. Homes and businesses with even-numbered addresses should water landscaping on even calendar days, while odd-numbered addresses are being asked to water on odd days of the week. The augmented watering schedule is only a request, meaning there will be no consequences like fines issued for those who choose not to participate in the community's conservation effort. Tonight's Spokane Indians game is expected to be one of the most exciting matches of the season. The Indians are hosting the Vancouver Canadians, followed by a fireworks show after the game.
Yeah, a lot of people going to see the fireworks, even more of them going to see the 4 News Now stars and the Star Wars, because it's Star Wars night at Avista Stadium. Jedis of all ages are encouraged. Look, we have our 2 favorite Jedis here. Sports Director Julia Minensone and our own Sydney Charles, who are throwing out the first pitch tonight. How's it going? You two are very smiley. I think that looks like confidence.
It's false confidence, Kirsten. Not gonna lie to you. You're pretty nervous, right?
Julian, I am very nervous right now. I'm not gonna lie. I did not practice as much as I should have, so we'll see how everything goes.
You know, I got good authority from Chris Crocker, who's thrown out a first pitch here before. Got to go over the top. Over the top. Over the top so it doesn't hit the ground.
Right.
So that's over the top so it doesn't drop. I just made that up right now. So, and we're going to go to some video right now of Chris Crocker throwing the first pitch before. We have a lengthy track record of 4 News Now personalities here at Avista Stadium throwing out the first pitch. Like I mentioned, that's Chris Crocker right there. Throwing out the first pitch. He gave me some tips that we just shared here on air. Our very own Alex Crescenti also threw out a first pitch before. That form was pretty atrocious, but he got it there ultimately. So we've learned from some of the best from our station. Some of the Spokane Indians will be here to help us out. Some of the Star Wars characters are here to help us out as well. And it should be a pretty fun night. How about you?
It should be. I hear they're going to let me go on a little bit early to practice, so I'm very excited for that. Very excited to get my practice runs in. So we'll see how it goes, everybody.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we'll have the first pitch coming up in about 10 minutes here live on 4 News Now. But for now, live at Avista Stadium, Julia Minensone, that's Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
What a treat to see both of them.
That'll be so fun. Can't wait to see the highlights. Well, next week, a local theater will be celebrating its 100th birthday. In 1923, the Rex Theater in Priest River opened its doors for the first time, welcoming guests to the premiere of The Grub Stake, a silent movie filmed in part in Priest Lake. The theater offered families a similar cinematic experience as those in bigger cities, but without the headache of leaving town. It eventually closed down in the 1950s, but is currently being renovated to entertain a new generation.
We're renovating it for the community as a theater, recording studio. I think it brings, some social to Priest River that otherwise you have to travel a lot further away.
Celebration on the 28th starts at 5 o'clock, where you can watch silent movie clips from the early 1920s. There's going to be wine tasting, and there's going to be some live music.
Wow. Lots of fun.
Sounds like a good time. If you have plans to do just about anything in Seattle this weekend, you're going to want to leave early.
Just don't go. Stay here.
Just stay home.
You just gave us a great idea for the weekend plans. This weekend alone, if you go to Seattle, if you're going to brave it, there's Bite of Seattle, Capitol Hills Block Party, 2 different Mariners games, and the highly anticipated Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. And I don't have a ticket, and neither do you, Luna, so... These people apparently want one. These are the Swifties in Seattle, and they're lining up outside of Lumen Field, not to get an early seat, but to get their hands just on merchandise. You could technically still buy a ticket today, but it was very expensive. The cheapest one that we could find for Taylor Swift was on StubHub, and it was $1,400, and that's not including taxes and fees.
So more like $2,000.
Yeah, it's like a Super Bowl ticket.
Yeah. Maybe even a little more expensive. Still ahead, we're giving you a bird's eye view of the mud hole in Priest River. It's prettier than it sounds. And we're going to introduce you to one organization who says it's never too late to learn how to row. Next on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Global Credit Union.
Get ready for the momentous summer sale event at Adams Tractor. For a limited time only, we're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Toro and Gravely mowers. Whether you need a residential, commercial, zero-turn, or walk-behind mower, we've got you covered. And the savings, they're out of this world. Enjoy discounts of up to $1,500 off. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to transform your lawn. Visit Adams Tractor today and make your summer momentous. Adams Tractor, your trusted partner for all your lawn needs.
This is the Kelly Clarkson Show.
Summer's here, y'all. I'm so ready. You are so ready. Give your day a little Kelly.
I'll be back on the show.
Oh, this feels so good.
I love my life. Big stars and good vibes. Puff it up. Get showered in summer. Let it rain, y'all.
Watch Kelly weekdays at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
The factory-supported Summer RV Show, July 27th through 30th at the Spokane Fairgrounds. Beat the rush. Preview units. And get pre-show pricing now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake in North Spokane. Every RV at R&R RV is show priced now. Some units up to 50% off. Save thousands on remaining 2022 models. R&R RV is your RV superstore. Why wait? Get pre-show pricing now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake and North Spokane. Or shop now at rnrrv.com.
Captain Kirk?
This is Captain Kirk.
I'm Svengoolie.
Most impressive.
We're both part of Super Sci-Fi Saturday Night on MeTV.
Your information is correct.
Now I'll tell you who else is part of it.
I knew he would.
Batman, The Night Stalker, and much more.
Fascinating.
So watch them all.
It would be a great prize.
Watch MeTV's Super Sci-Fi Saturday Night over the air on KXLY 4.2.
She's a prisoner in her own home.
You feel violated and intruded upon.
Next Inside Edition. Surrounded by crickets.
I am literally shaking right now. This is what nightmares are made of.
She's afraid to walk out the door. Then, they were preemies together in the neonatal care unit. Look now, they're going to prom together. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
New at 6:30, during the summer, nothing beats spending the day on the water, whether that means floating down the river or getting in a boat, doing a little rowing.
Rowing. While rowing might be intimidating to some, in this week's Air 4 Adventure, we're headed to Priest River, where one organization says it's never too late to learn. Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone over the mud hole in Priest River.
We are in Priest River, Idaho, at the Priest River Recreation Area, also locally known as the Mud Hole. Today we are out to put several of our rowing shells in the water for the Pend Oreille Rowing and Paddling Association, also known as PORPA. We are out here pretty much every morning. Our club is, people can come and check out a boat and go out with people that they are confident with. We also have free Discover rowing lessons, so anybody that would like to learn can come out for 3 free lessons, and we teach on a rowing machine first, and then we have very stable single boats that people can row in to learn. Rowing is a lifetime sport. I actually rowed in college, but an awful lot of people learn to row when they are my age or younger, and it is something you can learn to do. There's a lot of technique, but once you get that technique down, it can be a wonderful workout, and also it's spectacular to be out on the waters here.
I really like being on the water, like going out in a single and just like taking my time and kind of sitting by the edge of the water. There's some people going out on singles, some on doubles, but I'm gonna go out on the quad, and I think I'm rowing second seat on the quad today, and we're gonna go do our warm-ups. There's definitely a lot of teamwork involved in keeping the boat steady and nice and smooth and in unison.
The Priest River is always calm, especially in the mornings. You can row up here about a mile before it gets too shallow. People that are more experienced can go out on the Pend Oreille River, and especially when it's nice and calm, you can row for miles and miles. Isn't this spectacular? We call it the beautiful Priest River.
Oh, how I love Priest River. Nice people, beautiful area. Let's talk about Phoenix. Actually, a little bit of good news after a couple of days at 119 degrees for a high. It was 117 today, and it's also the first day in 5 days that they haven't set a daily record. The daily record for today is 118 degrees. It is, however, the 22nd consecutive day of 110 or higher. and that is a new record every day with that. The previous record was 18 days. That record has been broken, and it looks like we're going to continue to add up those 110 plus degree days through the 7-day forecast in Phoenix. Kind of puts our 96 degrees into perspective. That was our high today, nowhere near our record of 103, but also well above our average high of 87 degrees. 67 is where we started the day today, so not a very comfortable night for sleeping weather. We are now above average for our number of 90-degree or higher days in Spokane. We averaged 9 in the month of July. Today was our 10th, and I think we'll be adding to that number over the next few days. Then we get a nice break, and we're going to cool things down a little bit. Long-range forecasts, though, are indicating that there are going to be some more 90-degree days in our forecast. We have yet to officially hit 100. We usually average, well, we average one 100-degree or higher day in Spokane every year. So far, we have had 0, which is nice. 97 is as high as it's gotten, and we've done that on 3 different days. Our high temperatures for tomorrow in the 90s, and the 90s for everybody. 94 in Spokane, 93 in Coeur d'Alene, 90 in Sandpoint, 103 down in Lewiston. For Sunday, high temperatures similar, maybe a degree or 2 cooler. We'll be in the 90s again in most locations with triple-digit heat down in Lewiston. We're also looking for the winds to pick up a little bit tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Here's a look at our forecast wind gusts as we get into 2, 3 o'clock. Wind gusts in the 20-mile-per-hour range through the Columbia Basin and the Okanagan Valley. 15-mile-per-hour gusts around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Doesn't seem like much to get too excited about unless we're looking at fire danger. Then any breeze is bad news for firefighters. Gusty winds on the way for Monday and Tuesday, but also cooler weather. No more 90s after maybe Monday we'll hit 90, but after that we're going to be down in the 80s for at least a little while.
Back to the average, right? Or, you know,
yes,
around the average,
yes,
I should say.
Actually a little below on Tuesday and Wednesday.
What a great week ahead.
Yeah.
We made it through a really, really hot one.
Nothing like Phoenix, though.
Right.
Yes.
Finally coming down to 117.
I know. I feel so bad for them. That is unbearable.
I don't feel bad for them.
Oh.
They chose it.
Yes, they did.
They chose to live there.
Yes, they did.
It's just what people
Does that
say about
sound mean?
us.
Does that
No, that's
sound
what
mean?
people
It's
say
like-
about us when it's winter time and it's 7 degrees outside. So, you know, give and take.
Well, we also have a few people who chose to be at the Spokane Indians game tonight. Our Sydney Charles and Julian Minnesone, they're getting ready to throw out the first pitch. May the force be with them. I don't think Sydney needs it. I think she's gonna rocket that in. Julian, I don't know. I've seen him use his arm. It's not what it used to be.
I think he can hear you right now.
Oh, Julian, are you there? Can you hear us?
There he is with Baby Yoda.
I don't know. Maybe he can't hear us. He looks very
Aaron,
nervous.
I can hear you. You know, I can hear you, Aaron.
He can hear us. I was just saying how strong you are, Julian.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I threw a little bullpen session with my neighbor this morning because I didn't get nervous until I woke up and I was getting the yips a little bit. So got the arm warmed up, ready to go. As you can see, some of the Star Wars characters are out there on the mound.
I'm gonna have him go first.
They just told me that I'm going to be throwing the first pitch and then Sydney will follow.
Are you bringing the baby Yoda?
We're ready to go, guys.
Okay.
Grogu's going up there with him.
Wow.
Don't throw Grogu.
I need something to...
He's getting out of mic range, I think.
This is really behind the scenes. We're getting to hear Julian's breathing as he's getting up.
His heart rate's getting faster and faster. And
So the whole gang there from Star Wars is watching.
Representing tonight's media partner, KXLY 4 News Now. Please welcome.
I think that's probably the first time someone's thrown out the first pitch while holding a baby.
Minnesota.
That at Vista Stadium.
We also have breaking news reporter.
Aren't you supposed to cradle their head? I don't know if he's doing that
I
right.
gave him my baby carrier. I don't know what he's doing, putting that baby down.
All right, here it goes. And it, oh, did he make it? It sounded like it hit the mitt.
The crowd is going wild.
Next up, we've got Sydney.
And here's Sydney.
Here's Sydney Charles. Come on, Sydney. She was nervous.
All right, we got her there.
There it is.
Right. Very good.
Come on, Ump. What are you calling? I mean, yes.
Way to
Strike.
represent Julian and Sydney.
Way to go, team. We'll get highlights from them later. For now, we're going to take it to break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader.
Drinking watermelon moonshine.
The big 99.9 Coyote Country. Make your outdoor grilling experience one to remember at your locally owned Ace Hardware, where you'll find top brands like Traeger and Weber. Our friendly neighborhood experts will help you find everything you need, including the right fuel to light your fire. We've got a large selection of accessories like covers and utensils, rubs and sauces, and everything you need to enjoy your outdoor space. So come see us at Ace. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Here we go.
I want to prank my son.
That's a yes.
The mark is here.
Oh my God! How y'all going to hell?
That's for sure.
New The Prank Panel, Sunday on ABC. Weather Alert Days on 4 News Now.
These are days in which we want you to be safe.
With the hot and dry conditions, there is an increased fire risk.
The First Alert Weather Team pinpoints the most impactful and dangerous days, warning you early, on air and online.
Those gusty winds and a lightning strike, that's all it takes.
Here's 5 o'clock. Here's 6 o'clock.
Weather Alert Days, another way we're keeping you safe on 4 News Now. That's what we mean when we say, expect more.
Another weekend spent running errands. Hang on, I wonder if I can Instacart some of this stuff. I need to get paint for the deck, more cat treats and litter, and essentials for the week. Wow, Instacart's saving me trips to multiple stores, which means I can actually enjoy my Saturday and finally have time to play catch with the kids. When you want to run errands without running in circles, the world is your cart. Visit instacart.com or download the app and get free delivery on your first order.
Weeknights, go fishing with me.
Land of mercy, look at that.
Wow, morning.
How they biting?
Terrible. Couldn't catch a thing all morning.
Get hooked in Mayberry and Beverly Hills.
First time through Mayberry? Yep. Thanks, Sheriff.
Catch the laughs.
Come see what I caught.
On Andy Griffith and the Beverly Hillbillies.
Powerful combination, right?
Right.
Watch MeTV, weeknights at 8 over the air on KXLY 4.2.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Well, this weekend, a local business is starting a new tradition in Spokane. Saturday, No Lie Brew House is kicking off its first annual Christmas in July event. No Lie co-owners John and Cindy say they are thrilled to announce this new event and bring the community together this summer.
This is why we built the beer hall for events like this, where people can come, be together, maybe make new friends, enjoy great beer, and just smile.
It's like Oktoberfest, but Christmas in July. And it's going to feature 3 new small batch holiday brews and opportunities to win free merchandise. Festivities will start Saturday at 11 a.m. and run until 3 p.m. Admission to the event is free.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, McDonald's is coming out with the new McFlurry to help you beat the heat.
Plus, remembering a music legend, the heroic story of the man who saved Tony Bennett's life during World War II.
Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We do have some cooler weather on the way. First, it is going to be a hot weekend. Temperatures in the mid-90s. Overnight lows getting down into the lower 60s, and then breezy conditions in the afternoon. Gusty winds for Monday and Tuesday. Some cooler air pushing its way in. We're going to be dropping down to 82 on Tuesday, which will I think, feel fairly refreshing. Then we start warming back up again. 87 on Friday. That is our average high. Now we're in the hottest time of the year. 80 doesn't get any higher for our average high than 87. I like the looks of those overnight lows next week too. Back down in the 50s, in the comfort zone. Some good sleeping weather. I can't wait for Julian to get back to the station to heap the praise on him for that first pitch. I was so impressed.
It was all right. It was all right.
No, Aaron Luna.
Aaron being the critic.
I don't know. I would say that.
He was carrying a baby.
He set the baby down and left him unattended for who knows how long.
A baby Yoda, let's be clear if you missed it.